Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Brand's channel was demonetized, but YouTube boss says we're not going to silence them. Well, you will, because that's how the platform works. Channels, videos that are demonetized, this has been proven time and time again, get deranked. They get deranked by the algorithm and the platform. The platform doesn't push it because it doesn't earn money for both the creator and the platform owner, YouTube/Google, because obviously Google owns YouTube. Now, we're going to dive into this today. Do hit subscribe. This is an interesting turn of events. Obviously, this happened, I think this happened yesterday, actually. And this is the ongoing cancellation of Russell Brand and essentially being dredged through the mud in the media and everyone tarring him with the guilty brush. So I'll be doing various updates on this as and when, but do, like I said, do hit subscribe and stay tuned for more videos such as this and many other bits and pieces that I do here on this channel. But let's take a look at the statements from YouTube's European boss, Pedro Pina, and then we'll get into exactly what I think about this and I presume what you guys think as well, quite frankly. So YouTube's European boss, Pedro Pina, has said that Russell Brand won't be silenced after the streaming service demonetized his channel amid all the allegations. So speaking at the RTS Cambridge convention on Wednesday, Pina said, demonetization will not prevent his videos from being recommended by YouTube's algorithm. Press X to doubt. We'll put a staple in that one and we'll come back to it. YouTube's head of Europe, Middle East and Africa said Brand will no longer be able to make a living from the service, but he was not being censored. So Brand's obviously denied everything. And they say this is YouTube's move against Brand because of off-platform behavior violated the company's creator responsibility policy. Now, Pina would not rule out banning Brand if he spread misinformation or broke other editorial rules. YouTube has previously taken action against Brand for spreading medical misinformation after it claimed the National Institute of Health added ivermectin to its list of COVID treatments. If we find out over the next few days, weeks, that there is more reason to take action, we will see. Now, I firmly believe that they probably will. Now, look, let's take a look at this objectively, right? They shouldn't have, well, should they have done this, shouldn't they have done this, is what they're saying true. Whether you believe or not that, Russell Brand has done these things, there is no due process at the moment, and he's suffering, and it is, that's the right wording, he is suffering a guilty verdict by media, and due process isn't being allowed to be carried out. There's been one report handed to the Metropolitan Police. They've stated that they're not currently investigating it, and that's where it lies at this point in time. Everything else is just a media washout. It's a case of trial by media, villainizing in the press. Hilariously, and this is why I think YouTube will probably take further action, Russell Brand's channel has grown a lot. Not a small amount, a considerable amount actually, over the last sort of week or so now, due to all of this coming out. And there are various online outlets that are obviously very against Brand, but the general feeling on the ground is that this is a witch hunt. This is a coordinated, well, it categorically is a coordinated attack. Now, in terms of not being silenced by YouTube, that's fundamentally incorrect, because this has been proven time and time again. When a channel gets demonetized, when a video is demonetized, the algorithm actually does not recommend it. They don't recommend it anywhere near as much as what they do, and there's been various investigations from creators on this. When a YouTube channel, or a video should I say, was monetized, then it got struck with demonetization, the views fall off of a cliff because the algorithm doesn't favor them. Why? Well, because of course Google wants to earn money from you. Now, there was some reports that YouTube was still placing adverts on Russell Brand's channel. I can't see that. I've gone through and clicked on various videos, some which I thought were pretty benign and wouldn't have been struck with demonetization prior to the blanket demonetization. And I can't see any adverts playing, and I've scrolled through multiple videos to do that. So I don't know whether YouTube is earning money from his channel or not. That's at this point in time, I can't say that they are. But, you know, YouTube is not going to recommend videos that don't earn them money, because it takes up the platform's time, space, it takes up the creator, the viewer's essential monetary earning potential elsewhere, whereas YouTube could be earning money from them. But what's the issue with this? Well, I think the problem here is that this perverses the course of due process, right? You're unable to get that due process because in the eyes of most people, you know, you're either innocent or guilty, as opposed to it being investigated and then going to the courts. You also, in terms of the rule of law itself, you're able, traditionally speaking, to be able to look at your accuser in the eye. You're able to know who's accusing you. A lot of these people are anonymous as well, so it removes that, that right, I guess, that you should have technically. So what's the sort of end result here? Well, there's some other bits and pieces here. BBC are refusing to rule out an external review, and I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's only a matter of time, or well, he's always a wrong 'un because he did this in the past. It's a tricky one to navigate at the end of the day. I mean, even this one, for instance, Channel 4. Alex Mahon saying disgusting Russell Brand allegations show terrible treatment of women was tolerated in TV. What are you on about? Huh? So she said that the broadcast on a network via Channel 4's Dispatch's Current Affairs brand were disgusting and saddening, even though Brand denies it all. Mahon said the evidence uncovered by Dispatches alongside the Times and Sunday Times newspapers revealed that apparently it revealed this, ladies and gents, even though due process hasn't taken place. Terrible behaviour towards women was historically tolerated in our industry. And apparently it's still a problem. So, what? Even though Channel 4 has said it has found no evidence to suggest the alleged incidents were brought to the attention of the broadcaster in the noughties. Sorry, what? What are we doing? Which is which? Who's saying what? It's absolutely all over the place. You got one hand saying one thing, Channel 4 saying another, the leader of Channel 4 saying another. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. And remember, due process hasn't been carried out yet. This has not gone to the courts. The police aren't even investigating it. So, I think it's unfortunate, it's a shame, and I think this shows YouTube is fundamentally broken. Because, mark my words, right? They removed it. Remember, they removed it because, guys, you can't, behave a certain way outside of YouTube. And I respect the need to protect the platform. I earn money from this platform. I want to keep earning money from this platform. So I respect the need to protect it, and that people are going to look to mitigate any potential risks of another adpocalypse. But mark my words, YouTube won't reinstate monetization on his channel when all is said and done. If this comes out true, that this is all bogus, they won't reinstate it. And so that's the real issue I have with this. They've condemned the man prior to it even being proven. So how can you say that he's broken your terms of service? How can you say that? Because it's not technically nothing's happened for all intents and purposes, but YouTube is saying that it did. And that's what I mean. Yeah, YouTube is just fundamentally broken. So there you go. Thought we'd talk about this. Take care.